Welcome back. We want to let you know May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and in something that can take a heavy toll on all of us is loss, particularly when you lose a loved one. Now, grief can manifest in a number of ways, from anger and sadness to the inability to sleep or even concentrate.
Grief also isn't always easy or even comfortable to talk about, but we want to help get that conversation going to change that.
Let's welcome in ABC 13's Brittany Wilmore, joining us now live in studio. Brittany, you've been working on a project for us all with that very goal in mind.
That's right. Hi, guys. This is something that's been on my heart for months because I want people to know they are not alone. So over the next 3 days, I'll introduce you to stories, including my own, from a variety of people who are willing to share about their late loved ones in a series I've called Good Grief. Stories are the heart of the Memorial Garden at Beau's Place. You brought your daughter's rock.
Yes.
Okay, so what does hers say?
It says just be. You just want to become. You also want to sit with your grief.
Rocks represent, but don't replace, late loved ones, and painting them with personality, one of the many ways meant to help grieving children, adults, and families at Beau's Place cope with one of the most difficult parts of life, death.
Beau's Place was born out of loss. Two mothers who had experienced the death of a child were looking for resources for the community.
Rose was a caregiver, for her family.
Beau's Place helped families like Carmichael Cons.
A devoted mother, good friend to her friends.
His wife Rose died in a car accident in 2006 on her way home from work as an airline reservation agent.
And the last memory that we had of our trip was one to Costa Rica. That's the first time that I rode a horse. I left Texas to go to the beach in Costa Rica to ride a horse, and it was a hair-raising experience.
Their family grew with daughter Asia, who was just 14 when Rose died.
We lived in a two-story house, and I would be downstairs and I would hear her crying, because she would literally be wailing, just let her cry. I just let it out, because the tears of a child are very hard to listen to.
And they used to talk about children as the forgotten grievers. And people would think, oh, they're resilient, they're already playing with their cousins, they're fine. But children move in and out of their grief. And so you need to be able to revisit and talk about the conversation about the grief over time.
It's a conversation so important, the National Alliance for Children's Grief calls childhood bereavement a critical issue. 1 in 12 children in the U.S. will experience the death of a parent or sibling by age 18, and 14.7 million youth will be bereaved by age 25. But listening, Mencken says, and giving people the space to talk about their loss if they want to, can help.
It doesn't always have to be talking about the death. People who are grieving love to talk about who the person was. What were they like? What's a favorite memory that you have?
For me, that memory was taking Dad to see John Mellencamp in concert. Mellencamp closed the show with Cherry Bomb, the same song Dad would play on Sundays on the way to take us to buy books and CDs. He was always dressed to impress. Dad was there for every moment until he physically couldn't be.
For the first time, I'm going to walk in the National Kidney Foundation Houston Kidney Walk. But the reason I'm doing it is because of my dad. He passed away last year. He had stage 4 kidney cancer.
So we hit the pavement in honor of those fighting kidney disease and those watching over us.
I think grief is so personal. It's so different for different people. And for me, it was a way of getting to know me more.
Shaheen Tavakoli is a licensed professional counselor and therapist. She also opened up about her own losses. Her sister Nazreen died at 35 and their mother Rubab at age 63.
Seeing, my mom going through the pain of losing her daughter so young.
Tavakoli says that when processing grief, it's okay to acknowledge you've had a loss, and that range of emotions you feel is normal.
You might be crying and sad, and somebody says something that is funny, and you're going to laugh to it. And that's okay. Actually, it's helpful. It's because you're human.
I wanted to let grief become my friend. And right now, as we're sitting here and talking to you, grief is sitting between us. It's here. It's always just under the surface, and I welcome its presence.
And thank you to Carmichael and Shaheen for being a part of this, and to Bo's Place for opening its doors to us. Bo's Place is one of the free resources in our city for the bereaved and those who want to support those who are grieving. I'll have a link to that information in this story on abc13.com. Now tomorrow, part 2 of Good Grief looks at how community can help us heal. Jonathan, Maida.
Yeah, it's great to have that conversation started here. Thank you so much.
Powerful story and journey, Brittany. Thank you.
Thanks.